Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Keke. If you've never seen my face before, stop what you're doing, click the subscribe button, like this video, comment down below, and let me know that you like videos like this. Today is Wednesday, November the 4th, the day after election day, and we still haven't found out who's gonna be our new president, or if Donald Trump is still gonna be the president. I don't know, but anyways. So I am at my first job. For those of you who don't know or didn't watch my last vlog, I did start a new job on October the 5th. So tomorrow will be a whole month that I've been at this new job. As you can see, I'm in an office. So I did go from floor nurse to office nurse. I do work for a home health company, and I am a patient care coordinator. So I schedule nurses and physical therapists, occupational therapists, therapy assistants, CNAs to go out and see the patients. I also make phone calls to the doctors, get orders signed, fax over. It's basically office nurse work. I have not been out in the field on my own. If push comes to shove, I would be going out into the field, but for the most part, I am an office nurse. So I wanted to start today's video off at my first job, and it's gonna end at my second job because I did pick up a shift from 5 to 11 at my second job, which is my PRN job. So basically, I left my full-time job as a floor nurse, and I went PRN there, and then I took a full-time position Monday through Friday here. I did that because it works better with my schedule, with my kids' schedule. I can be off on the weekends if I need to be. My husband is working the weekends right now, so when he's working, I'm off. When I worked full-time as a floor nurse, I had to work every other weekend. So if I was working that weekend, he would end up missing money because I had to be away from the house. We would basically have to decide who's gonna go to work and who's not. And so getting a Monday through Friday job has really helped with that situation. So he worked this past weekend. I did not work. He's working again this coming up weekend, so I'm not gonna work. I think he's gonna be off next weekend, so I am working next weekend. And I picked up a night shift. So basically, throughout the week, my PRN job will call or text me and ask if I can pick up a few hours here and there. So yesterday, the ADON called and said, hey, I need you to pick up half a shift, which is, well, not even half a shift. I need you to pick up 4 hours, which was from 7P to 11P. And normally I'll do that. I'll go in and pick up a 7P to 11P. I'll do the nighttime med pass, and then somebody will come in at 11 o'clock and work from 11 to 7 a.m. And I did that for a couple of nights a week for the past like 2 or 3 weeks. This week, I think tonight is the only night that they have open. So he called me yesterday and asked if I could do 7 to 11. Then I got a text from somebody else that asked if I can come in at 5. I leave this job at 4:30. That gives me enough time to get home, change, and go to my next job. So that's basically what I'm gonna do today. If I need to, I will go out on my lunch break because I live 5 minutes up the road. I'll go on my lunch break, grab some scrubs, and come back. And then if I know I'm gonna be here like to about 4:45, I'll go ahead and get dressed for my next job, and then I'll leave here and go straight there. So that's the upside of working Monday through Friday and having a PRN nursing job, because sitting in an office, you're not using your skills, but I kept my other job PRN, so I could still have my patient contact. So with that being said, we're gonna start today's video off here in the office. Right now, I am just scheduling starter cares, which is basically the nurse or the therapist is going to go out and see the patient and kind of evaluate and decide if they really need home health. So right now I am just looking to see which discipline the patient needs, so that way I can schedule them accordingly. And then once the starter care is finished, I go back into the chart to determine the frequency, or the therapist or the nurse will call me and say, hey, the patient is a non-admit, in which we just close down the chart after that. So I'm not showing you any of the patient's information just because of HIPAA violations, which is why I set up the camera the way that I did. So right now I am just looking to see what the patient needs. So let me see which discipline this is, that way I can schedule it to the right person. All right, you guys, so as a part of the Wednesday ritual, I am supposed to count up PPE. If you're living in COVID times, then you know PPE is very important. If it wasn't important earlier, it's definitely important now. So you guys know at the beginning of COVID, there was a shortage of PPE, a shortage of masks, gloves, face shields, just a whole shortage of PPE. So what we do weekly is we go through the office and count up how many items, how many of each item that we have for PPE. And we do a weekly count because a lot of times the clinicians will come in and grab something that they don't have in their car stock. And so I have to make sure I keep a good running number of what we have so we don't run completely out. So on Wednesdays between 10 and 11, I go ahead and get my PPE count done, just so it's done. It's due by noon, but I use the morning to make sure I get everything scheduled, make sure my clinicians are out seeing their patients, and then I start working on other stuff. So right now I just finished a chart audit. So at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and do my PPE count, and then after that, I think I have like a couple of emails I need to run through. So we count the PPE to make sure that we have enough and make sure we don't run out. It's a weekly thing every Wednesday. I'm actually not gonna show you exactly how we count PPE, just for HIPAA reasons and because I want to keep the company that I work for, I wanted to keep that private. I don't want that on my social media. So I am gonna come back to you and show you what the PPE looks like. For now, I can show you, like the list, but of course everybody knows what PPE is. And if you don't know, PPE is gloves, face masks, face shield, gowns, shoe covers, alcohol prep pads, hand sanitizer, sandy wipes, stethoscopes, disposable stethoscopes and BP cuffs, goggles, anything that you would use to protect yourself from a patient or anybody else out in the community and what that person needs to be protected from you. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and do the PPE count, and then I will come back to you guys and let you know the next thing that I'm doing. Actually on lunch break and I did like that because I wasn't supposed to take a lunch break until 1, but I accidentally clocked out because they just fixed my time card. So I was like, you know what, let's just use that as a lunch break. So I'm actually going home to grab my scrubs because since I talked to you guys this morning, my husband called and he's working until 7. So that means I have to pick the kids up when I get off at 4:30 and I have to drop them off at my mother-in-law's house. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab some scrubs, a scrub jacket and some shoes, and then I'm gonna throw that into my work bag, and then I'm gonna also grab my kid's tablet, the charger, my daughter's blanket, and I think that's all they need. All right, you guys, so I grabbed my scrubs. That was more so like, it was 20 minutes, it was like 25 minutes, but whatever. I have an hour for lunch, so it really doesn't matter. But I grabbed my scrubs and some shoes, a scrub jacket, and then I let the dog out for a little bit, let her use the bathroom, gave her some fresh food and water, because she still had like a little bit of her breakfast in there. So I just gave her like some fresh food for lunch, let her stretch her legs for a little bit, and then I put her back in the crate. And then I opened up the window in her room because it's really warm out now, and the room starts to smell like dog if you like keep it enclosed. So I opened up the room window, but I closed the door. All right, you guys, you can see I'm in scrubs, and I am on my way to pick up my kids. It's 4:33, and I'm just now leaving my first job. I'm actually gonna go grab a coffee and then go pick them up, and drop them off at my mother-in-law's, and then I'm going to work. So I got 26 minutes now to do all of that. All right, so put my seatbelt on. Ooh, child. So I just dropped the kids off at my mother-in-law's house. I'm trying to get out of her yard and put my seatbelt on at the same time, but all right, it's 4:53 and we are headed to work. So having to go and get my stuff on lunch break is what really helped me out. Ooh, it is bright. Yeah, going to get my stuff on lunch break is what kept me from having to do so much running around after I got off, because as you can see, 30 minutes goes by so fast. I normally don't work right at 5 if I do pick up part of a shift. Normally it's at 7, so I do have time to go and like make dinner and help my kids with their homework if they have any. But hubby doesn't get off until 7, so that's why I'm having to go and do all this ripping and running. But I got started on my coffee. It's pretty good, so I'm gonna drink that. And all right, y'all, so we are at work. It's 4:57. See, I told you I wouldn't need 5 minutes. 4:57. I'm going to take my purse and put it in the trunk and grab my work bag, and I will see y'all inside. It is 7:19. I'm actually not leaving work. I am moving my car to the other side of the building, because when I leave, like right now it's dark because daylight savings time, but I'm actually moving my car and then I'm gonna go back inside and get started. So I'm gonna just move my car around to the other side of the building basically. And I'm not gonna start my nighttime med pass until 8 o'clock. So I got about 40 minutes to just kind of look up my patients, in which they're long-term, so I know them, but I'm gonna go look and see if there's any new orders, see if there's any charting I could get done, and then just check my cart and make sure I have everything before I go down the hallway. So I will see y'all in a little bit. guys, so it's 11:30. A lot has happened since you guys last saw me. So I think the last clip I was either charting or passing meds or something, but I think I was charting. A lot has happened since then. So there was a death on, not on my unit, but on the on another unit, and we've been trying to help out with that. It was unexpected. The patient had not been herself all day, but it wasn't like, oh, you know, we think she's gonna die. So it was very unexpected. There's some family here visiting with her before the funeral home comes. But the other thing that happened was my relief did not show up. So I picked up a half shift, 6 hours. So when I got here at 5, I covered for 2 hours on one unit, and then at 7 I went to another unit and did the nighttime med pass. The nurse that was supposed to come at 11, she didn't show up. I don't know where she is. I've never met her. She's new. So what I'm thinking happened is she worked one night and then she just decided she wasn't coming back anymore. So I called my supervisor. He didn't answer. I sent him a text. I called the DON. She didn't answer. I sent her a text, and then I just counted my cart, and then I just left the keys with the other nurse, and hopefully they can get in contact with whoever is coming in at 7 a.m. for her to come in at 5 and do the morning med pass. If not, it's gonna be chaos. But that's not something that I can worry about. I have to leave because it's 11:35. I have to work in the morning in literally 8 hours. I need to be at work. So I'm gonna go home and shower, and probably make me a PB&J and find me some work clothes, and then lay down and get some rest before I have to get up and do it all over again. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. It was a lot of fun making this video and filming. You got to get creative with the footage because of HIPAA laws and all that stuff. If you're not aware of HIPAA, Google it. But I did have to be creative with my footage. So a lot of the things you could not see, a lot of things I just could not show you. But again, thank y'all so much for tuning into this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I know that's kind of crazy because it's November, but we're gonna do the best that we can. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you like these type of videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.